Bruce Vincent Rauner is an American businessman and politician who is the chairman of R8 Capital Partners and the former chairman of the private equity firm GTCR, based in Chicago. He is currently the Republican nominee for governor of Illinois in the 2014 election, running against Democratic incumbent Pat Quinn. Early life: Bruce Rauner was born in Chicago and grew up in Deerfield, a suburb of Chicago. His mother, Annie, was a nurse, and his father, Vincent J. Rauner, was a lawyer and senior vice president for Motorola. His first job was as a paperboy. Education: Rauner graduated summa cum laude with a degree in economics from Dartmouth College. At Dartmouth, he also studied English horn, played in the orchestra and won several statewide honors. He later received an MBA from Harvard University. Business career: Rauner was the chairman of private equity firm GTCR, where he had worked for more than 30 years, starting in 1981 after his graduation from Harvard through his retirement in October 2012. A number of state pension funds, including those of Illinois, have invested in GTCR, whose funds have regularly outperformed other private equity investment funds as well as the stock market. After leaving GTCR, Rauner opened an office for a self-financed venture firm, R8 Capital Partners. The firm will invest up to $15 million in smaller Illinois companies. Rauner is the current chairman of the Education Committee of the Civic Committee of the Commercial Club of Chicago, co-chairman of the Chicago China Initiative, and chairman of ACT Charter School. The founders of ACT claim that he forced them out in 2011 and shut down the school in a manner similar to a corporate takeover. He also served as chairman of Choose Chicago, the not-for-profit that serves as the city's Convention and Tourism Bureau, resigning in May 2013, and as chairman of the Chicago Public Education Fund. Politics: Rauner has served as an advisor to Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, 2014 gubernatorial election. In March 2013, Rauner formed an exploratory committee to look at a run for governor of Illinois as a Republican. Rauner said that his top priorities included streamlining government, improving education and improving the state's business climate. He also supports term limits and says he would serve no more than 8 years as governor. On June 5, 2013, Rauner officially announced his candidacy for governor, telling Chicago Magazine's Carol Felsenthal his platform would include overhauling tax policy and freezing property taxes. In October 2013, Rauner announced that his running mate was Wheaton City Councilwoman Evelyn Sanguinetti. As of March 2014, Rauner has donated a total of $6 million to his own campaign for governor. This set a record for an Illinois governor race and brought his total war chest to around $14 million in advance of the primary election. Key points from Rauner: a unregistered trademark's political campaign include creating right-to-work zones, cutting taxes, reforming the pension system and creating a more competitive educational system. The Chicago Tribune and the Northwest Herald editorial boards endorsed Rauner for the March 18 Republican primary, which he won, taking 328,934 votes to State Senator Kirk Dillard's 305,120, State Senator Bill Brady's 123,708 and Illinois Treasurer Dan Rutherford's 61,848. He will face Democratic incumbent Pat Quinn in the general election. Rauner has received media attention for his political stance on the minimum wage. At a candidate forum on December 11, 2013, Rauner stated that he would favor reducing Illinois' unregistered trademark's minimum wage from $8.25 to the federal minimum wage of $7.25. On January 9, 2014, Rauner wrote an op-ed in the Chicago Tribune stating that his previous remarks were flippant and that he was in favor of increasing the national minimum wage, which would mean that Illinois was not at a competitive disadvantage by having a higher minimum wage than its neighboring states. He stated that without such a national increase, he would favor increasing the Illinois minimum wage, as long as it was accompanied by incentives to help small businesses with the added costs. The same day, the Chicago Sun-Times released a video of Rauner at a campaign event in September 2013, where he said that he was adamantly against raising the minimum wage. In September 2014, The Sun-Times released audio of an interview with Rauner from January 10, 2014, when he said that "I have said, on a number of occasions, that we could have a lower minimum wage or no minimum wage as part of increasing Illinois' unregistered trademark competitiveness, and that these statements had been ill-advised." Partners at GTCR maintained some investments in offshore accounts, including the Cayman Islands, for reasons related to fiduciary duties to state pension fund investments. According to Rauner's political campaign spokesperson, Mike Schrimpf, the use of offshore accounts had no impact on Rauner's tax liability. Rauner has declined to take a position on the controversial Indiana Expressway project advanced by Pat Quinn. On October 22, 2014, Dave McKinney, a 19-year veteran Chicago Sun-Times political reporter and bureau chief, resigned from the paper, citing pressure brought to bear on him by the Rauner for Governor campaign. McKinney had recently completed an investigative news story about a lawsuit filed by Christine Kirk, the CEO of LeapSource, a firm at which Rauner served as director. The unflattering news piece, written by 3 reporters and approved by the newspaper's editors, described Rauner using hardball tactics to threaten Kirk and her family. The Rauner campaign tried but failed to have the story killed on the basis of McKinney's wife, Ann Liston, having a conflict of interest. They then published details about Liston working for a Shell LLC company, created by and sharing office space with a long-term Democratic strategist firm. The Shell LLC company is currently employed by Pro-Quinpac. McKinney says any notion of conflict of interest was untrue. Philanthropy. Rauner was named the 2008 Philanthropist of the Year by the Chicago Association of Fundraising Professionals. In 2003, Rauner received the Daly Medal from the Illinois Venture Capital Association for extraordinary support to the Illinois economy and was given the Association for Corporate Growth for Unregistered Trademark S Lifetime Achievement Award. Rauner and his wife received the Golden Apple Foundation Unregistered Trademark S 2011 Community Service Award. Rauner has been a financial supporter of projects including Chicago Unregistered Trademark S Red Cross Regional Headquarters, the YMCA in the Little Village neighborhood, 6 new charter high schools, an AUSL turnaround campus, scholarship programs for disadvantaged Illinois public school students, and achievement-based compensation systems for teachers and principals in Chicago public schools. He provided major funding for the construction of the Rauner Special Collections Library at Dartmouth College, endowed full professor chairs at Dartmouth College, Morehouse College, University of Chicago and Harvard Business School, and was the lead donor for the Stanley C. Golder Center for Private Equity and Entrepreneurial Finance at the University of Illinois. Rauner serves on the board of the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation. Personal life. Rauner lives in Winnetka, Illinois with his wife, Diana Menley Rauner, and family. He has 3 children with Rauner. He also has 3 children from his first marriage, with Beth Kunker Vessel, whom he married in 1980 and from whom he separated in 1990. In 2008, Rauner's daughter was admitted to Walter Payton Prep School in Chicago through the Principal Picks process. The family maintains several residences, including one in downtown Chicago that enabled her to apply to the Chicago-based school. Although she had top grades, she had missed several days of school due to illness and therefore did not qualify through the regular admissions process. It was later revealed that Rauner had sought information on this process from his personal friend Ann Duncan, then CEO of Chicago Public Schools. Rauner has no recollection of speaking with Duncan directly. According to another source, she was not a principal pick, but was let in following the phone call between Bruce Rauner and Ann Duncan. The Rauners donated $250,000 to the school during the subsequent school year. Rauner has a long history of contributing to Chicago public schools. In March 2013, the Daily Herald reported that Rauner had, for a number of years, improperly claimed 3 homestead exemptions on his Cook County property taxes. Upon being notified of the situation, Rauner called it an oversight, and paid the $1,616 in tax savings to Cook County the following day. References. External links: Official campaign website, Bruce Rauner at DMOZ.